This is the most dangerous thing if you want to manifest your dream life. It's being around people who don't expand you. And sometimes if you grew up with this or with these people or these groups, these circles, these family members, you don't even realize. And there are patterns and limiting beliefs that continue to repeat over and over and over, and they will program you to think that making money can't be easy, that you have to get a job and work hard, work really hard and save up, and then one day you get to retire, and that is so more than okay for people who enjoy that and who feel comfortable and happy in that. We were just talking about that here in Ireland. The wonderful people that I'm staying with is like, it really only matters what makes you happy. But I think the issue is that when people have a certain way of living and they try and get other people to live the way that they're living, and those other people don't realize that that is what is holding them back from manifesting and creating the life of their dreams. And so maybe you have a family, also sorry the wind's picking up a little bit, maybe you have a family member who wants to keep you safe and wants to keep you familiar. Honestly, they don't want to lose what's familiar to them. And so they tell you, it's not realistic to do what you're doing. It's not realistic to, make money on your phone. But really, whatever you want to be realistic is realistic. If you just have a mere thought of what your life could be like and how you could make money and where you could live and how much you could travel, then that timeline is created, and there's a version of you who is currently doing that. And if you want to be them, you just have to know that you are them. You have to know that it is happening. Within the quantum field, infinite possibilities are happening. You get to choose. The only thing holding you back would be your mind. Your heart knows what's possible. Your heart is the infinite. It's where all the divine wisdom is. Your lovely, lovely mind hopefully it's not too windy. Your mind is what has all those limiting beliefs, all those blocks. Maybe I can block the wind a little bit like that. And it's coming from other people. And so, I always notice this when I go to new countries and start to settle in. Because I'm such an alien and I've deconditioned my mind so much, I see patterns and beliefs and repeating stories about money and about life and about reality, and I see energies and frequencies and choices of thoughts to go down very clearly. And so I can observe, from a perspective of like this more deconditioned place of being like, whoa, that pattern has been repeating maybe for generations and generations and generations, and keeping people in this state where they think that they cannot have the life that they desire, or that other people cannot, or that it's crazy to do what you want. And I think I'll wait for the wind to go down a little bit. Okay, we have Arlo here, Aslan down there. Duchess is in the room of the house that I'm staying in, and she's comfortable there, and we're just spending time on the farm. My DNA is so happy to be here. I was in shock when I first arrived, and I was just kind of like, what have I done? Why did I leave? But then I realized, I was like, I had to leave Italy. It was so hot and not bearable for the animals, not bearable for me. The horseflies were crazy. I could have thought about traveling to the Dolomites and spending time there, but the thought of being in the beautiful Dolomites and wanting to hike, but my ankle still needing to heal, I was like, that's not the right choice. So here we are in beautiful, beautiful Ireland. But yeah, I've just realized, because I get to have all these pattern disruptors by following my heart, which takes me to all these wild and free stories. Yeah, I see things very clearly, and I don't really ever realize, what I come off like to people in my perceived reality until, I'm in a situation like this where I'm around family members that I haven't seen since I was a child, and I can just see how I challenge a lot of their patterns and beliefs maybe, and make them question so much. They're like, wow, what is she doing? She's traveling in a van with her 3 animals and by herself, and and they're so loving and so wonderful about it, but it's a pattern disruptor to them. And it's maybe, they were saying like Irish people often don't do this, and I know that there are Irish people who do, and that I've seen online who are so like inspirational in their thoughts or in their ways of living. But yeah, I think that the more that you set yourself free, the less people will understand you, and the more that the people who love you will try and keep you in the old timeline. Recently, this week, I've had people say, oh, you should go to veterinary school. Oh, you should go bartend. I was like, why would I do that? Why would I go do those things when I'm doing what I love? When I'm coaching, I'm making programs, I'm making videos, I'm traveling the world. I get to be with my animals all day, every day. I have wonderful friends in my life all over the world. I was like, I'm so fulfilled and so happy with the life that I get to live. And so some people, when you're trying to create that life for yourself, whatever that looks like for you and wherever your heart brings you, your soul brings you, people will make those suggestions. And sometimes if you're in a dysregulated state, or a low state, like maybe you broke down in France and you had to get your van towed all the way to Ireland, and you were sleeping in dog piss and cat piss, and it was really gnarly, like my past week. When you're lower, even though I wasn't really low, I regulated quickly, but when you're lower than your normal, that is when it can be very easy for you to want to fall into those, maybe traps, but like those suggestions from other people, because you are just looking for comfort and looking for a savior. Never once did my mind ever say yo, yeah, I should do those things, but I think it's important to just highlight how, if you want to decondition your mind and you want to create your dream life, you want to manifest your dream life, then you have to be brave and courageous and willing to go against what other people want for you. And it will never end. This will never end. There will always be family and always be friends who don't understand. And instead of you trying to get them to understand why you want to live the life that you want to live, I've found that it's easier to just be in the presence and to love them so much as they're saying these things, and to not, there's no need to say oh, no, I fought so hard for this life, and blah, blah, blah. You just say, oh, no, thank you. That's a nice thought. You see that they're coming from a place of love, and you get to meet them with love as well, and know yourself. I think the most important thing as you step into this unknown is to be sure of yourself. And that goes so much further than just in this topic of manifesting your life. Got a little rain. But also in relationship or in business or in anything. Don't question yourself. Or when you're in conflict resolution and you're trying to people please, and you're like, well, I might be wrong, and no, you say, I felt this way, I feel this way, this is what I want, this is what I need. And doing it from a place of love and sureness and confidence, that will carry you as far as you need to go. And if you're in that process of going into the unknown, but you're not really quite sure of where you're going yet, there's this in-between time where it's very vulnerable and it's very easy to want to go back to the comfortable, and it's very easy to question yourself. And so that is the time more than ever that you need to stand true and stand in your knowing and stand like your biggest advocate internally. Like you've got yourself, and you are willing to be that person, that energy, that being, that frequency that holds on to your knowing that you are going in the right direction. Even if no one else knows, even if everyone else questions you, you've got you. That is the most important thing, and that will get you to the next place. And in that in-between time, when people just see you in that in-between time, that's when they'll try and pull you back. But when you get to that next place that you're meant to go, that the place that's calling you through the unknown, when you arrive there, everyone then is like, oh my gosh, wow, like, hey, like, come back, like, wow, I know you, that's so cool, and like, I always knew that you would get there, and like, you're so inspirational, and like, and that's wonderful too. And that's just the process of what will happen. I had many friends who, just dropped off when I started living a more unconventional life, and just maybe questioned me and what I was doing, especially when I was in my healing journey, healing from Lyme and mold. And then when I got to the side of health and to travel and to where I am now, which is also in an unknown place, it's like there's layers and layers. I've had many people reach out and be like, wow, like, this is so cool, this is so inspirational, I'm so proud of you. And so that will happen, and love them there too. Love them when they questioned you, love them when they left you, love them when they come back to you. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you got you. You are happy. You are sure of yourself. You are moving towards that direction. Let everyone else do what they need to do and go crazy in the presence of you, because you are going to be a pattern disruptor. You are going to shake people's worlds. And that is what it is. And that's what it's meant to be. And that's how you change the world. But your job is to just be happy and to follow your callings and to do it unwavering. Yes, that's the word, unwavering. So I'm going to sit here with my baby boys and see if I can upload this. Actually, the service is pretty good. I have my Starlink in my van, which just got towed to the next mechanic, who seems like they're going to do the thing that I need them to do, which is bleeding the, what is it called? The hydraulic fluid through the actuator, through the gearbox, so that it gets all the way through, because it hasn't been getting all the way through. Maybe it's an issue with the pump, but he seems like very great, and he listened to me, and he's going to do the bleed. He's going to change the fluid, which worked last time. He's going to try and see why it's not getting all the way through. So I feel very good about it. And even if it doesn't like work out and he doesn't know the answer, he can't fix it right now, it is what it is. God's got me. I don't have to worry. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm healthy. My animals are healthy. That's all that matters. And I trust that I'm always being taken to exactly where I need to go. I followed my joy and my curiosity here, and I'm sure that this is exactly where I'm meant to be. So if you want to sign up for Healed, I have that starting on July 8th now rather than the 1st, because I wanted to get settled. Once the van, like, I have an answer for it today, then I will know if it can drive. But I can also get my glamping tent out of it, and I can decide where I want to put it on the farm. And I can set it up, get my Starlink, get out my computer, and really just like feel settled and present for the program. So I will launch that on the 8th as I continue to regulate. I want it to be in my integrity of holding a course on regulation from a place of regulation. So We will start on the July 8th. If you want to sign up, you can still sign up. Many of you guys have been asking that, if you can still sign up. Yes, you can sign up whenever you want, but I will be present for the 21 days starting on July 8th. So if you want to join us for that, there have been so many wonderful people who've signed up and who have also been like very understanding of it having to be pushed back. So thank you guys. I'm so grateful. There's also Decondition, which we just started our next 3 months. So it's a 12-week program, and that is all about deconditioning your mind so that you can become an alien. No, you are probably already an alien. That's why you're here. But it's so that you can let go of these patterns and these beliefs that have been programmed in you for generations and generations by your family, by society. Just set yourself free so that you can live the life that you want and just float through and follow your joy and curiosity, unwavering. And so I invite you to that if you'd like to join Decondition. And then I also have 21 days to rewire your mind, which is all about regulation and rewiring your mind, but less in the terms of chronic illness, more in the terms of life. So if you want to focus on, stepping into your chosen timeline, visiting your chosen timeline every single day, healing your nervous system, then I invite you to that program, or 21 days to know your divine guidance. So like right now, as I export this, I'm going to sit here and just communicate with the divine and be like, okay, angels and guides, like, what message do you have for me today? What do I need to see? Where are we going? Where's my joy? Where's my curiosity? What's the compass? Like, what do I do next? Or do I just be? And I have very clear, open communication. We have different ways of communicating with the divine. Everyone receives divine messages differently. So that program is designed to help you open up to your angels and guides and to your heart space and your intuition. So with all that being said, I will update you guys with the van in the next video, and I'll see you there. Bye.